Are you pregnant and need help making a decision about abortion from someone who respects your choices? You're in the right place. This is the last of a 3-part abortion counseling session called Before Abortion, Making a Choice You Can Live With. I'm Charlotte Taft. I have counseled with hundreds of women before and after abortion. I want you to know that I believe in you and your choices. That means I support you in doing whatever you decide is best for you and your life, whether that is having an abortion, having a baby, or placing for adoption. The purpose of these recordings is to help you explore your thoughts and feelings so that you can make a choice you are confident about and you can really live with. These materials represent my personal opinions gathered from years of experience counseling with women. Each person is different, so there's no guarantee as to outcome. My counsel is not intended to replace the advice of your physician or any other trusted advisors. If you're suffering from emotional or psychiatric illness, depression, or suicidal thoughts, please complete this process under the care and guidance of a trusted counselor or physician. Please do not use this recording while driving. If you are just starting the process of trying to decide whether to have an abortion, I hope you'll watch session 1 and 2 of this series before you go on to do the exercises in this 3rd session of Before Abortion, Making a Choice You Can Live With. For this session, you'll need something to write with, paper or a notebook, and a private place. If you want to keep this confidential, don't leave these materials out for others to find. If you want to print out the exercise questions or do them on a writable document, go to beforeandafterabortion.com. You'll probably want to do this session over at least a couple of hours, and it may take even more than one day. This is time you are investing in yourself and your future. Pause whenever you need a break, but don't skip over the hard parts. Any issues you've not resolved will still be there after you have an abortion. Isn't it better to deal with these things before you make a choice that you can't undo? It is very important to give yourself enough time for this, but it's also important to remember that abortion is safest and least expensive earlier in pregnancy. Putting things off won't make them easier. Facing the real issues in your life means giving your time, attention, and focus to this process as soon as you can. I'm going to ask you questions. When you hear the tone, pause the recording and write your answers. Some of these questions may be hard for you. Others you may be able to answer easily. This is not a test. There are no right answers, only answers that are right for you. You can keep all of this private or share it with someone you really trust. Every woman has a unique story, yet our feelings are very similar. Whether we are old or young, we are scared of the unknown and scared of doing the wrong thing. Whether we are married or single, we are often sad that we have to make this decision. Whether we used birth control or not, we are angry with ourselves or the man involved for getting us into this mess in the first place. Whether we are Catholic or Protestant or Jewish or Muslim or Buddhist or nothing at all, we may wonder if we have the right to make a life and death decision. And we may feel ashamed that we aren't perfect or afraid that we won't be forgiven. Let's begin by writing these feeling words in big letters on a piece of paper and keep it where you can see it. Happy, sad, angry, scared, and ashamed. When we have difficult times in our lives, many of us are accustomed to saying, "I'm depressed," or "I'm anxious," instead of "I'm feeling sad," or "I'm angry," or "I'm ashamed," or "I'm scared." I think you'll find that this process and living your life are much more rewarding if you allow yourself to know what you're actually feeling instead of dumping everything into a big bucket called depression or anxiety. Now get a new piece of paper and draw a big circle like a pizza. Write the date and time at the top of your page. Often we find that part of us feels one way and part feels another way. Divide the pizza up into the part of you that wants to have an abortion, the part that wants to have a baby, and the part that is unsure, and label which is which. If your pizza is 50-50 and you're feeling really split about what to do, stop now and go to my website, beforeandafterabortion.com, and take the Woman Split in Two self-test. If you have a high score on this test, these counseling exercises will probably not bring you resolution, and you will need more support. Now I'm going to ask you some questions. Listen to the whole question until you hear the tone. Then pause the recording and write your answers. Take your time. Again, this is not a test. It is designed to help you hear your own deepest voice. What does your head tell you you should do? What does your heart tell you you should do? Write the story of this pregnancy, your circumstances, and what is making you consider abortion. Include things like, when did you first suspect you might be pregnant? How did you feel when you learned for sure that you were? Who have you told? How did they react? Include your feelings from the list we wrote earlier: happy, sad, angry, scared, ashamed. The man involved could be your loving husband or boyfriend, or it may be someone who forced you, or someone you've already broken up with, or someone you never even really knew well. Write about him and your relationship if you have one. Is he important to you? Is he still in your life? Would he be a good father? Does the man involved know about the pregnancy? Has he been part of discussing what you're going to do? What do you think he wants you to do? Will he be supportive of you no matter what you decide? Now write what you wish he would say or do. It can be so important to have support for your choices. Who else have you told about this? What are other people in your life saying? Where are you getting the strongest support? Be specific about who's saying what. Feeling confident about your decisions sometimes means sharing what's going on with people who are important to you. Is there someone you wish you could tell but haven't? Maybe your parents? What would they want you to do? Is there someone whose opinion you are afraid to hear? Do you need to find the courage to talk with them? Is anyone pressuring you one way or the other? Who is it? Write about this and how you will be confident that you are making your own decision. Having a real choice means knowing that you can be okay whichever decision you make, as if this is a fork in the road and you could take either way. Let's imagine the future both ways. Get a new piece of paper and draw a picture of your life in 1 year if you have a baby. Now draw a picture of your life in 5 years if you have a baby. Now draw a picture of your life in 1 year if you have an abortion. Draw a picture of your life in 5 years if you have an abortion. Now write about what you notice in these pictures. Next are some questions about what you believe about abortion. These are things you may not have thought about much before. Take your time. Remember, there are no right or wrong answers. Write about what you have been taught or have heard about abortion from your friends, family, church, or social media. Now write about what you believe about abortion. Bring to mind and write the word that best describes how you're thinking about what is inside you. Embryo, fetus, pregnancy, baby, some other word. Do you believe it is the same as a born baby? How is it similar? How is it different? Part of the argument about abortion is about when life begins. The sperm and egg that began this pregnancy were alive, or the pregnancy could not have occurred. The embryo or fetus growing inside you is also alive, and an abortion ends that life. So abortion is a kind of killing. That's a hard thing to accept, But if abortion were not about life and death, people wouldn't be fighting about it. Women are trusted to bring new life into the world, but not to decide when and whether it's best to do that. Most people really don't believe that killing an embryo or fetus is the same as killing a born person. They don't believe that killing is always the same as murder. And they know that life can be ended with love, just as thousands of families choose to do every year when they decide to end life support for someone they care deeply about. What do you believe? If you could end this pregnancy by taking it out of your body in secret without anyone else knowing, would you do that? Write about your answer. For many women, the hardest part of this is actually owning and standing up for a difficult choice instead of having someone else to blame. Have you wished for or prayed for a miscarriage? How would that be different from an abortion? How would it be similar? One of my dear friends told me that she felt like she was flinging a star back into the sky when she decided to have an abortion. Do you think there is a soul or spirit within the pregnancy now? If you think so, what do you imagine will happen to that spirit if you have an abortion? Have you had a conversation with the pregnancy? Write about that conversation. If not, write what you would like to say to this pregnancy. Are you religious or spiritual? Do you believe in God? If not, you can skip the next 4 questions. But if you answered yes, what is your religion or spirituality? Write about what you think your religion teaches about abortion and about God's forgiveness. Is God with you as you make this decision? Can God be with you in the clinic? What does God see in your heart? Anti-abortion people often say they are following the Word of God. But did you know that there is not one mention of abortion in the Bible, although we know that abortion has been practiced for thousands of years? As you are weighing your own spiritual or religious questions, it might be comforting to know that the Bible does say this: neither death nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other created thing shall be able to separate us from the love of God. Romans 8:38. If you have decided to have an abortion, one of the most important parts of your healing may be to write a letter of goodbye to this not now baby. Even though it may be hard, take the time you need to write your own saying goodbye letter. You can keep it private or share it with someone you trust. Give yourself some time and privacy to write from your heart. Here is an example of this kind of letter. Dearest daughter, I know you are a little girl. You would have been a little girl. I have already named you Colette after my mother. You live close to my heart, so you know all my hopes and my fears. You know that I love you. I love you too much to give birth to you when I cannot feed you or clothe you properly. I need to send you back to God to live with the angels. I hope you will understand that I can't welcome you without harming others. You are in my heart and will always be there. Please forgive me. If you find that you really don't want to do this, please don't skip this part. Take a break and come back to it. If this is making you cry, that's perfectly normal. Losses and disappointments are usually part of the circumstances that make a woman choose abortion. If you cannot find the heart and the courage to say goodbye, perhaps abortion isn't the best choice for you. Write your letter. Think about another time you had to make a hard decision in your life. Write about what you learned about yourself and your own resilience and courage from that experience. How have you healed? As you think about your future, it can be helpful to think about how you want to be as well as what you want to do. Choose 5 words that describe how you would like to be in the world. Write them on a piece of paper and tape them on your bathroom mirror or somewhere else you can read them every morning and every night. Here are some words you might want to choose from: courageous, compassionate, faithful, honest, good, powerful, forgiving, kind, strong, grown up, wise, loving, caring, responsible, sensitive, moral, brave. Write your 5 words now. After you've answered these questions, whether it took you an hour or a few days, let's see where you are now. Get a new piece of paper and draw a new pizza. Put the date and time at the top of the page. Divide the pizza up into the part of you that wants to have an abortion, the part that wants to have a baby, and the part that is still unsure. Compare this with the first drawing you made. Write about what you notice about how you are thinking and feeling now. If you have decided to have an abortion, there are resources to help you find a clinic on my website, beforeandafterabortion.com. If you are still not confident about your choice, please get more help before you seek an abortion. If you have an abortion with issues still troubling you, you may have a hard time afterwards. Your beliefs may make healing a longer and more painful process. If you have an abortion that you haven't really chosen, it is tempting to blame someone or even blame abortion itself for your unhappiness. But you know that having a choice also means being honest with yourself and living with the choice you have made. Sometimes women wonder how they will feel after an abortion. There is no going back to just the way it was before you got pregnant. Pregnancy often changes you. This experience becomes part of the fabric of your life. Of course you will think about it again. How you think about it and how you remember yourself will help determine whether you become wiser, stronger, more compassionate and forgiving, or self-punishing, judgmental, fearful, ashamed, or just numb. It's up to you. Many women take better care of everyone else than they take care of themselves. After your abortion, I hope you'll treat yourself as if you were your own most cherished friend. Now close your eyes for a moment and picture the future. Have you forgiven yourself in that future? Are you being the way you want to be in the world? Write what you can see. Now we will end our time together by taking a journey designed to help you relax very deeply, so do not listen to this recording while driving. This last section takes fewer than 10 minutes. Get comfortable on a couch with your head supported or sitting propped up by pillows on your bed. Pause the recording until you are in this safe, comfortable place where you won't be interrupted. Begin by taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out slowly. That's right. Good. As you take a few more deep, easy breaths, allow yourself to feel grateful for the good work you have done. You have come a long way on this journey. Say thank you to yourself. Now imagine that you are surrounded by light. It is a most beautiful, healing color. Let this warm, beautiful, healing light soak into you the way sunshine soaks into you on a lovely summer day. As the light comes into your head, let the muscles in your scalp begin to relax. As light moves down into your face, you are feeling your eyes relax, noticing the muscles in your jaw release. With each breath, you feel more and more deeply relaxed. As the light travels down into your neck, feel the tension drain away. Let warmth soak deep into your shoulders and arms, down into your hands, down into your chest where it cradles your heart, soothing and healing and leaving a blessing. Let light move down into your abdomen where it bathes all of your organs, cleansing and refreshing, moving down your hips and into your thighs, down into your knees, into your calves, soaking into your ankles and feet, and bathing all the tiny bones of your feet with healing light. Allow the light to pour out the bottoms of your feet, going down toward the floor, down, down, creating a kind of cord that connects you to the very heart of the Mother Earth. Know that anything you don't need can roll away from you now each time you exhale. Any fear or tension or anger or shame can roll down this cord and be transformed into energy you can use. And anything you need, any courage or love or confidence or healing, comes to you easily and effortlessly each time you breathe in. Allow yourself to ask for whatever you need and let it flow into you. And now find yourself in a place in nature intended just for you. This could be a mountain or a forest or a beach, a familiar place or one you've never seen before. Take a moment to notice the sights and sounds, the colors and smells of this special place. Enjoy the feeling of peace and safety. Find a comfortable place to sit, completely relaxed. In this beautiful place, bring to mind anyone who needs your forgiveness. This could be the man involved, your parents, God, or even yourself. Open your heart and give forgiveness in whatever way is right for you. Now allow yourself to imagine anyone from whom you need to ask forgiveness. Again, this could be the man involved, your parents, God, the child you will not have. Now allow yourself to ask for and receive forgiveness. Let that forgiveness fold deep into your heart. Notice that a weight has been lifted from you. Know that you have everything you need in this moment. Know that you have truly done your best in this difficult time. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Feel a freedom and peace that you have been longing for. Now it is time to end our journey together. You can feel this love, this wisdom, this courage, and this honesty whenever you want, just by touching your heart. And you can return to this beautiful place of peace that lives deep inside of you at any time. Know that you will remember all that has happened here, and that these powerful and strong feelings live within you. Take a deep, cleansing breath, and now very gently open your eyes, feeling awake, alert, and refreshed. Now that you have finished this process, your next job is to make an appointment, either for an abortion, for more counseling, for adoption information, or prenatal care, depending on what you have chosen. You can find helpful resources for all these choices at beforeandafterabortion.com. If you found before abortion helpful, please tell your friends so that every woman considering abortion will have the tools to care for her own precious emotional and spiritual well-being. As you walk down whatever road you have chosen, I send with you my love and heartfelt hope that you find within yourself the woman you want to be. All my best to you.